accidentally killed it. Accidentally closed it. Yeah, one little fact you may not know, I have a half-liter coffee mug. Yeah, so I know, right? See, I'm doing pretty good. I'm getting my American accent, huh? I know, right? It's not too bad. Yeah, I'm working on it. Yeah, back a million years ago when I ran sales teams, we were struggling through a process, going through some growth spurts and all that, and we had some crybaby salespeople. If you're the sales manager and you're so good, why don't you close some sales? You ever hear whiners like that? So I'm like, all right, fine. It was either that or face mutiny. so, so I'm like, all right, fine. So the next morning, I take my beer mug from the freezer, the kind that you freeze and there's liquid inside, so it actually turns to ice, right? It actually turns to ice, right? So that you pour your mug, your beer into an absolutely ice cold beer glass. So I take a pot of coffee and pour it into this 1 liter frozen glass, hot coffee I just made, and then I go glump 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 glump. Boom! Give me a phone. On fire. So, anyways, here we go. I got my crap loaded. Anyways, good to see you. How are you? It's a Tuesday. I stink. Is it halfway through the month? November 15th already? Wasn't it just Halloween? Holy smokes, eh? Well, let's get going. Let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. No, no, no. Your past performance, good or bad, is not indicative of future results. No, 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 it's not. However, please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. No, 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 no. Hey, my name is Wayne McDonell. I'm the Chief FX Market Strategist for TradersWay.com. I've been trading Forex for 13 years, maybe. I don't know. I'm on my 3rd chair. So I've been here a long time. I do these webinars every single morning, Monday through Thursday here at Forex.Today and every Friday at FX Street for premium members. But at FX Street, I'm also Forex Speaker of the Year. The overriding goal of these webinars are to give you the strength to get out of bed. And if you're going to wake up and actually go to work, you might as well make some money. Wake up! You got to make money! Right? So I'm trying to show you how to do that so that you can think independently. I want you to, if possible, stop listening to other idiots. I want you to be able to, let's say, get the economic data, process what it means on your own, develop your own theories and bias, and then be able to carry that out in the marketplace by buying and selling currencies. That's it. That's why I'm doing this, so that you can succeed. Once you're ready, open up that live account at TradersWay.com. Right, Eric? Yeah, I just caught that Eric just, I think it was Eric, the chat's already moved. You funded your live trading account at TradersWay yesterday? Yeah, well, congratulations. Go small, and whatever lot size you're trading, reduce it. I know. A broker makes money by getting you to trade more and getting you to increase your lot size. But we're a different broker. We want you to win and succeed and trade for many, 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 many years. Okay? So give it time. The secret to success for Forex, there's 2 things. Assets under management and time frame. If you could trade for years, you'll be more successful than if you just trade for months. You know what I mean? I mean, it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense because most people don't do it. They want to get rich today. No, I want you to just be humble today. Right? Trade, right? Be small, be humble, focus on the long term. You understand? I say that every single day. That's how you make it, man. Remind yourself, life is great, life is grand, life is good, life is beautiful. So don't do something stupid and get yourself killed. Life is beautiful. Life is good. Life is beautiful. Hey, 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 hey. Yeah. Man, I love that. So welcome to Forex.Today, everyone. Oh, no. No, actually, I didn't, Miles. I think he was in the back of a Rolls Royce. He's like, I can't talk now. We're going somewhere. There's people here. I'm like, yeah, keep going. So we have not. But by the way, it was that was 50 years of experience, not 40. He's still trading. You can't. I'm like, literally, the guy's like 86 years old, and you can't even get him to sit still. He's like, yeah, I'd love to talk to you guys, but I'm busy. I'm rolling right now. You know, yeah. I mean, like, I can't squeeze you in, boys. I'm too busy. I mean, it's cool, right? I don't know. If you're an entrepreneur, man, that's it. Entrepreneurs don't think about like laying on the beach and retiring and just doing nothing. That's actually torture. Sitting on the beach doing nothing, you're like, what the hell am I doing at the beach? I should be doing something, right? So anyways, just like being 86 years old and you're just too busy to even take phone calls. You're like, man, I can't talk to you right now. I'll have to hit you back, babe. You know, we're on our way to the jet. You know, I'm in the rolls. There's people here. Can't really talk. We're doing business at the moment. Maybe tomorrow, huh? You know, just yeah. I mean, it's just cool. I want to be that when I grow up. Yeah. So, anyways, so I don't know if you guys have the same experience. Maybe I'm just a workaholic. Uh-oh. Something is killing my. I think this. Are we still having this Flash crap? Has Flash updated itself again? I can't even like. Gee whiz! This just drives me nuts. But what am I going to do? It's all webinar software. I think if I end sharing, it'll work, right? But it's so slow, I can't even change the chart. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the Adobe developers. Oh, there we go. Years and years ago, when I was running FX Bootcamp, we had a loyal member who lived in Hawaii, and he actually set up his trading rig. I think he had like 10 screens or something, 8 screens. He set it up outside. I don't know how you do that with the weather and stuff, but he did. That's right. And one day he was laughing because he was sitting there in one of my webinars, and I'm talking away, I'm going through charts, and all of a sudden he gets hit in the back of the head by a bird. So you got to be careful where. All right, so let's see. Hopefully you can see my mouse. Hopefully it's not too terribly slow. Okay. So Aussie, unfortunately, low, high. You can see I got a buy order right on a pivot, and it hasn't done anything. I almost got out for profit, as you can see here. Missed it by a handful of pips. You snooze, you lose. I think I'm up 10, 12 pips. Yay, good day. What a good day. If you look here on the, oh, that's Aussie Swiss. If you look over here, yeah, you can see why. I'm just on, I don't know. The idea here was you're supposed to buy at support, which I did, as you can see. It was supposed to come up, hit 21, take me out, and then maybe sell, right? Well, I didn't get that, so caught in the middle. I wonder if it's a storage issue. Hang on. What if I go here? Wow, no, it's something that's killing my entire PC, I think is what it is now. Let me try something. Let me trying to speed things up here. Yeah, let's see. If someone put me in charge of Microsoft, even just for a day, I'd say, all right, who created the process of throwing stuff into the recycle bin because you're deleting it, but then the recycle bin holds file. What if you want to delete it? Why would you want to store it in the recycle bin? Why wouldn't you just like get rid of it? Like why the process? Actually, look at that. That actually helped. It cleared out my bin. All right. So, anyways, don't you hate things like that? Like I've actually said, reboot. Right, where you have to go Windows button, then you go to power, and then you have to hit like restart, right? And then because I'm a busy guy, I go do whatever needs to get done because rebooting is slow. So I reboot it. I go somewhere else. I come back 45 minutes. It's still sitting there. Are you sure you want to reboot? I'm like, dude, it took me 7 clicks to tell you to reboot. Golly, yes, I'm sure. Now, now I got to go. Just like hate that, right? I'm a grown man. Yes, I'm sure I want you to reboot. I mean, gee whiz. All right, so this is just ridiculous. So we try rebooting the sharing. Let's see. Oh, it's not even. It's not even a webinar. All right, I'm shutting everything down. That would slow this. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. There must be some browser hog. Are you sure you want to? Yes, I'm sure I want to delete this recording. Hang on, I know you don't see anything. Hang on, I'm working on it. God forbid I'm even closing down Forex.Today. All right. I think at least I think you can see in the webcam what I'm doing, right? So Holy moly. Yeah, okay, it must be browser related then. All right, I'm clicking buttons and Control Alt Delete. Let's get to it. Yeah, I'm trying not to reboot because it's a server and it runs all these tests. But it's amazing how slow it is at the moment. I don't know, even when so I don't want to kill everything, but let's certainly kill browsers. All right, so let's see if this helps. So just like Texas women, everything that can be done has been done. Let's see if this helps. As soon as I killed the browsers, boom, everything started working again. So at least, okay, well, all right, we might be able to get through this alive. All right, Euro USD, as you can see, I'm trying to clean up the templates here to reflect how I want your charts to be installed when I get that app working. And this would be a general layout. I think there's a lot going on here, but maybe it's okay. You can see here on the left, the 15-minute chart shows us where the market and the price is. All right, nice little oscillator movement here. It looks pretty good to me. Okay, although we're through these. Dropping into a 5-minute chart, we got things like daily pivot points, news events coming up, you can see here, and the moving averages and oscillators. Up in the top right-hand corner, you can see news that has recently come out, right? Everything in gray has already happened. Red is, big news. Orange is moderate news, so on and so forth, right? Hourly chart with weekly pivots, 4-hour chart with monthly pivots. Monthly and weekly. I guess that's overkill, isn't it? It looks like too many, so why don't we do that? Let's adjust. Weekly, false, monthly, true. So why is it there? How funny, huh? I see weekly. They're not supposed to be there. So let's try clearing them out. All right, well, let's leave it. Let's see that. So it still didn't go away. I'm trying to do monthly, right? FX Bootcamp monthly pivots. Monthly. There we go. Cool. Hoorah! So it's a nice little setup. I know there's a lot going on, but you can delete if you want, right? Okay. So in this case, what we're looking at is in 28 minutes, we will have retail sales. Nice scalping opportunity. Okay. Good news is that, right, if you see good news, the dollar is likely to get strong. Okay. Looking at this 4-hour chart, you can see what's in play. Okay, pretty easy stuff here. Roll reversal around 8.5. And you got a pivot acting as resistance as well. So you can mark that. And then, of course, the 21 is going to be resistance, but it's a moving average, right? It's a lagging indicator. So all these things say, you know, if you're a bear, you have every opportunity, right, to have shorted at 108, and then the next one was 108.50. If you're a bear and you've already decided on all this, that's just straightforward, stupid easy, right? You shorted at 108, right? That's it. I don't know what else there would be. Right? Everything else seems like it'd be overcomplication. Wouldn't it? You say, okay, well, Wayne, before reversing at 108, because it went all the way up to 108.14, but it came up and hit the daily R1. Well, isn't R1 a form of resistance? Then down and then lower high. This is technically, if you play it that way, this is right in here. See, this drop here doesn't tell you it's a bear because it's still a higher low. The lower high and then lower low, then lower high, you know, somewhere in here is where you need to be on the clue train that it's time to get in. Because bear in mind, you're already a bear, right? Isn't that funny? Bear in mind, you're already a bear. Do you understand, though, that the hardest part of all of this was just being ready? Right? Or let's say where you made your money is deciding that you're a bear ahead of time. And if you were a bear, that's pretty easy. That is literally an easy setup, right? Hey, trading's never easy, but if you were a bear and you're like, we're getting a pullback. I wonder what it's going to do around 108. Oh, look, it cleanly was rejected at the daily R1. Oh, look, it made a lower high at the daily R1 midpoint and psychological level. Oh, it dropped back below. Oh, it retested 108 even. I mean, like, what, right? I don't get it. If you had made a bias, right? If you had made a bias, if you said, Wayne, I'm a bear, then there's just no excuse for missing that, right? Right? Because that would be your job right in there. That's when you get it going. Get her going, huh? Now the hourly predicts a double bottom. Oh, well, that just means move your stop a little closer, right? Or a little quicker, I should say. Where would the double bottom happen? Well, double bottom is way down here at 107, but you should be careful about things like, midpoint psych levels, and we're coming up to one pretty soon. Because, it doesn't have to double bottom. It could 1, 2, 3, right? It could make a higher low relative to this left shoulder, if you will, So you got to look at it. It's going to reverse either at 107.50 or closer to 107. Cool? Ant says Euro USD. What about a 30-minute higher low and higher high? Okay, so you use a 30-minute. All right. Okay. And so you're playing this stuff in here, the counter trend? Okay. Now, right? So I think an Elliott wave guy would say this is a correction. Okay. But the trend is down. Okay. So that's what's going on here. It's a 50% retracement. Okay. So this is what you should be anticipating the whole time. Somewhere in that sweet spot. And then you're like, oh, 108. Oh, daily R1. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And then when is this reversal likely to happen? Like, when's the best time of day to get in on something like this? London Open, right? Okay. London Open. So, right? Remember, first touch, you're aggressive. Okay. Lower low, lower high. It's right in here, right? What we're talking about is this, but right? Somewhere in here you need to be short, let's say. Okay. And let me adjust this if it will. Hopefully I didn't mess it up. Come on, Bubba. It's not gonna let me. Come on. Okay, here we go. It's this area here. Once it's made this and then started a drop or drop and then retrace, okay, your play should be conservatively, right? Is this back to the psych level and you sell hard. Okay? And your whole morning is setting this up. Wonder what it's going to do around 108. What about the daily R1? What about 108? What about the daily R1? In context of this. Okay. 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 So you just can't get. So this is called an Asia fade, by the way. Okay. Right. So I know it's been more than 1 day's fade, but it's still okay. Yesterday was down, right? So this goes to New York Friday. Let's take Monday. Monday started high, ended low, right? So the Asia fade is let it fade, and somewhere between the 382 and 618 Fibonacci retracement, which is here. One, two, I'm missing one. Oh, the one. Okay. Let me go. I have to go a little higher. It must be right on. Let's get. Well, let me zoom in then. Let's go to 15 minutes. Where's my 618? 382, 50%, 618. All right. So based on what happened yesterday, your sweet spot for selling is right there. Hey, look, dude, I know it's not perfect. Okay. But what it tells you is people were not trading yesterday's high and low. They were looking at it as a trend. And they were going from yesterday's low, of course, not to Monday's open, but where the trend actually started. And it was this here, right? Friday's Tokyo high, London's high, right? Look at Friday's Tokyo high, London's Friday high, New York's Friday high. We're all basically the same thing. I think we can call that resistance, eh, Brew? Or as they say in Israel, Hebrew. Okay. Aye. So that's what it is. The last time we had a high, right? This is the beginning of this downward move. Okay. And of course, people would have been using that along the way. Okay. Right. They would use that, then they would use that, and then they would use that, and then they would use that. Okay. See what I mean? And then you can micro each one, right, that way, see? And then you can micro this one, right? And then you can micro that one, okay? But okay, and the reason you need to look at these is like go to a 4 hour. It's just something that someone was looking at there, right? Okay. Bear in mind that we have the capacity as a market to do this still. Okay? So looking at it on a day chart, you can see down back to the 5 EMA, right? Down back to the 5 EMA. Down back to the 5 EMA. Can't zoom any closer. See? Down, okay? Back to the 5 EMA, right? So, right? Back to this 5 EMA, down, right? You see the down, sideways, down, back to the 5 EMA. And that's, the funny thing is that's probably all that's happened today. On the smaller time frames, it's talking about consolidation and bottoming out. But right now, what's happening on a daily chart is just this kind of action. So let's change this a little bit down. And then what would happen tomorrow? If we made a lower low today in New York, what's going to happen over Asia and tomorrow? And I'll be gone tonight. Yeah, up to the 5 EMA. But tomorrow's 5 EMA. It hasn't happened yet, but you can plan on it. Down. Okay? Until we get to a point here where it doesn't make a low, it doesn't make a low, it makes a high and a higher low, doesn't make a low, makes a higher high, right? You can see in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, that's only a week. It's only a week, right? And then there's that magical 200 EMA. Do you see why I added the 200 EMA at some point in my trading career? I'm like, damn, that 200 EMA. It's supposed to be 233, right? Have you done the math? You're like, Wayne, it's supposed to be 233. All right, fine. So I move it, and now it doesn't look like 233. Of course, if this continues down, it'll pull it to 233. But I'm like, at the higher time frames, I find the math doesn't work. You know what works? Emotion. That on the higher time frames, the money's so big that people just don't have the logic. It's all emotional. They use the 200 because it's 200, even though the math would suggest 233 would be better, but it's too simple. And in fact, if you were to really do this, let's say all you did was trade let's say the daily chart, and then you scalped using the 4-hour chart, you would probably do this. You would use moving average. You would use simple. Okay, and let's make it like 100. All right, you'd use 100-day moving average. Let's make it Dodger blue, I think. Yeah, boom, look at that, noses colors. Make it big fat, right? Then you just use the 100-day simple moving average. There it is. That's it. And that's how the world works. Say, what? It doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem fair, does it? Wayne, tell me it's not so. Tell me it ain't so. Uh-huh. Look, this is for Marina. There you go. Consolidating on the 100-day moving average. Breakout, pull back, drop it like it's hot. Chow. Look it. Look, look, look. Look, look, look. Right? Look, look. Look, 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 look. It's amazing, isn't it? Yeah, there you go, Marie. Okay, and so that's why I mess around with different templates and stuff for you guys. Whatever makes it easy for you to see. Okay? Right? Imagine this is, like a bow. Okay? Life is beautiful. Okay? Eh? What do you think? Are we going to break through 105 this time? Of course, it's funny. It says USD yen 1 hour. I don't know why this thing stopped working. Where is it now? Indicator list. Maybe that's why I've deleted the thing. I think I must have. It's just a remnant. I'll have to figure it out. What was it called? I'll have to find the indicator. I'm talking about, this is a Euro USD chart, but it's still saying USD yen and it doesn't update anymore. I believe I've accidentally deleted the thing that's printing this and it's no longer there. So it doesn't update. Anyways, who cares? Don't cry for me, Argentina. Okay. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. 9 minutes and 1 second. What do you guys think? Is that a cool ad? It's 13:21 GMT. Is this a nice heads up? If every single one of these profiles had this layout, you had this little heads up going on here, so no matter what chart you're on, you can see if news is coming up. You're like, oh man, 8 minutes until retail sales. Oh, I better get my scalp on. Yeah, yeah, Miles. I'm going to include it in the template in the Wayne's platform app. I don't know what to call it. Your Way, Trader's Way with Trader Wayne. Okay, not a lot going on the Gilly Gold. Still got to do my job. The job is to prepare for the future. I believe technical analysis is our future. Teach it well. Let them lead the way. All right. So a little bit of gold, not a lot going on. I don't know. Do you guys watch the copper market? Boy, that thing went up to like, I don't know, what was it, a 20-year high and then dropped like a ton of bricks. Yeah, Miles. Yeah. You know the right time to use a setup like this? When I've decided what I want to do. So the way that, I kind of get her done is I'll sit here and I'll look and I'll look and I'll look. And I have biases, right? And I'm looking for confirmation of my bias. So if I go, oh yeah, dollar strong, right? I that whole thing is done. You see what I mean? If I say, oh yeah, all right, we're like look, I look way up there. Actually, see where my finger's touching? I'm looking at that, right? I look at that. I mean, it's so dumb, right? So I'm a bear on the euro dollar. You know that. I know that. I have been forever. I've never changed. It's been what, 3 years, 4 years? I don't even remember, right? I've been a euro dollar bear for that long, since the day the actual taper was announced. The taper tantrum, right? Remember all that? Well, the day the Fed actually announced the taper, that was the day I was bearish euro dollar. Okay? I mean, that's it, right? So I look up there and I see a retracement back to the 4-hour 21 and there's a weekly pivot there. I mean, of course it's going to fall. I mean, I can look at it. I can just do this. Oh yeah, that's where I'd sell. Right? Like boom, done, right? Like, whoa, there's my hardcore technical analysis. Oh look, we're at the 4 hour 21, eh? So I've decided now. I want to get me some of that, right? Me likey. You got to keep it simple, right? Talk like a swing blade. I like the way you trade. Right? So you're like, boom, game on, dollar strong. The next one, and then you could get to it a setup like this, and now I'm looking, right? I'm looking for ops. Where do I want to buy? Where do I want to sell? In this case, I want to sell, right? So do I want to sell on the roll reversal? Do I want to sell off the 200? Do I want to sell off of the midpoint psych level? Are there smaller pivots there? What else is going on, right? Okay. Where do I get me short, for example, if that's what I want to do? Now, this is remnants from yesterday, so don't judge me by it. What can I do? Okay. Probably going to get busted out at the break. Same thing, right? So I'm just now the work. I think like the money has been made in the decision, right? The rest is just where you get in and how long you want to stay in, right? But the hard work is done, I think. I don't look to my charts for decisions per se. Take care, Eric. Right? I don't look at the charts to tell me what to do. I've kind of I know what I want to do. I just don't know if today is going to be the right day, or in particular, like Tokyo Open, London Open, New York Open. These are key times for me, right? So you look at it and you're like, oh yeah, game on. London Open, want to buy some dollar. Should I buy this? Should I buy this? Should I sell that? Should I sell that? Why? Why? What's there? What's there? What's there? Where can I do this, right? Where can I sell this? 55 psych level, where can I sell this? Roll reversal, where can I buy this? Right? Psych level. Look at this, guys. Look at double bottom on the 382 of yesterday's trading range. Why do you think I use this setup? Double bottom on 108, right? Somewhere in there, you get your jam on, right? You buy it and you jam your stop. Now, this double bottom probably took you out if you took the first one, right? Too bad, so sad. Okay, but that's how I use this, where I'm just ready. Like, I know what I want to do. I just don't know what price I'm going to sell pound dollar. Make sense? 24/7, Ant. Oh, so let's get back to the Euro dog. We're getting pretty close, aren't we? So, for example, why don't you tell me what hours of the day you don't want to make money? Okay, 29 seconds. Okay, seems to be dollar positive. See, I don't want to start trade the news with these flash problems and stuff at the moment. Import prices, retail sales decrease. Huh. Why would dollar get strong on that? X autos revised. Oh, last month was revised up. Oh, and X autos increased to 0.8. Ooh, I should go buy a car. That means they have too much inventory. So anyway, so the, X autos better than expected plus last month revised up. Fed's going to raise interest rates. Okay, you got it? Life is great. Life is grand. Life is good. Life is beautiful. Ooh, gotta give it what you got. Gonna get it what you give. Okay, it's gonna come back right here and then drop. I will draw it for you because I'm the magic man. I'm the prophet of profit. Little more. Come on. Little more, Bubba. Little more. You can do it. Come on. Little higher for mommy. So there's your sweet spot. It's going to come up a few more pips, and now it's going to start to drop. Okay. It's a drop zone, man. This is it. How close to you're now the difference is 3 pips. Like, make a decision, bro. Life is beautiful. Oh, you gotta give it all you got. Gonna get what you give. Oh. Here we go. Shields up. Red alert. Boop. 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 Arr. Arr. Damn. Red, 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 red. What? thanks, thanks for helping. Dan's helping out. Don't you feel bad for the suckers that sold down here? They're like, oh my God, look at the news. I'm going to sell way down here. I mean, even if you sold here, your stop is not far away, right? Where's your stop? Here? So you're risking what, 20 pips? You know what I mean? Joseph says not enough deviation to give a follow through. Well, I think if it does follow through, I think if it does follow through, it's because last month was revised up, and that is new information. That was unexpected. I mean, you can say, okay, retail sales, it's going to be good, fine, but you know, to have last month revised up is, you know, let's say more unexpected. Okay, you might expect that, but you would have to tell me ahead of time, right? So the other way of looking at this is, okay, pay attention to the, because if you sold already, then your stop's already up there and you don't need to watch this anymore. This is the next move, okay? Okay. So, you know what, I'll drag it down. So the next sweet spot is higher. So if you're a bear, you sell, you know, you sold there and you put a stop, and it's just a new scalp. It's not anything else. The next one is selling it up higher, right? 108. Notice how 108 It's a little too high for a 786 or 618. But 107.75, 107.50, right? Yeah, so I don't know. It's all pretty close. It's all sellable if you're a bear. Okay. You just stick with it, kid. Would you add to this? Never, 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 never. But if you sold, so like I said, I was pretty clear. This would be the area to sell it. And if you sold it there, what's 25 pips above 107.50? 107.75, right? Is 25 pips a reasonable stop on a news scalp? Yeah. And if you sold in a downtrend at a retracement with news to a midpoint psych level, what is the next target? No, don't use pivots. No, I'm not using pivots in this analysis. Just price action. Okay? If you're in a downtrend and you sold a retracement back, so it's already made a low through midpoint psych level, and then it retraces back to the midpoint psych level, that is a sell. With I don't care what chart you're talking about, as long as it's a downtrend and you're retracing back to a midpoint psych level or a big psych level, doesn't matter. I trade it the same. You would have to sell at the midpoint psych level. So what would the target be? 0, 0, and maybe, just maybe closer to 80, right? But 0, 0 is by far the right answer. So you're risking 25, and what's your reasonable potential? $50. Trading with a trend, with news in favor of the trend, is it worth the shot? Yeah, it's right. It's a 2 to 1. You're risking 25 pips to make 50 pips, but wouldn't the odds be in your favor to begin with? It's like playing blackjack, except 2/3 of the time you win, and when you win, you win twice as much as than you risked. Right? So right now, blackjack, it's 50-50, isn't it? Or 49-51, not in your favor. And if you risk $100, don't they just pay you $100? Right? Like statistically, you almost can never get ahead. You're like, well, I risked $100 to make $100. But we know trading, you're not going to last very long with those types of odds, right? So in this situation, let's say you usually win, and if you risk $100, right, you get paid $200. Now, it changes the rules slightly, but dramatically different results, right? Right? What if in blackjack, everything above 15 or even 18, everything above 18 is a win? Imagine that, right? Would you play blackjack if 18 and above wins every time, even if the dealer's got 21, it doesn't matter. As long as you got 18 or more, you win. It's starting to get good, right? Yeah, right? Ryan's like, much better odds. And then what if the reward was 200% of your bet? So you put down $100, 18 and above pays you $200. Yeah, I mean, all of a sudden you're looking at that, you're like, dude, that's ridiculous, right? You'll turn $1,000 into $1,000,000 by the end of the night. Well, obviously these trades only happen once or twice a week, right? You understand, right? If you could just sit and every minute, or I guess it probably takes by the time they deal and stuff, it probably takes a couple of minutes. But let's say every 3 minutes, every 5 minutes. Let's say every 5 minutes you had a hand, right? Oh my God, you could rack these up. But this is just a new scalp, and it is what it is. All right. So now you'd probably move your stop, wouldn't you? At least to here. Oops. Wouldn't you? So now you're not risking 25. What are you risking? 10? Come on, Bubba. Gee whiz, CAD yen gave a freebie. Oh my God. Mucking around with this stupid euro dollar. Oh my God. Damn. Same thing with euro yen, but those are, I don't want to buy those right now, unfortunately. Damn. So like euro yen pulled back to 16 and a half. Boom, takes off on the news. CAD yen pulls back to 80. 80. 800000000. Boom, just launch pad off of that. Wow. Damn. How about all those speeches I gave over the last month about staying in the stock market and buying dips? Always buy dips. That there's headwinds always pushing us north. Remember how the stock market dropped 10% in January of this year? And I'm like, stay with it, man. Stay with it. And by the way, if I was a wealth manager, I would not be one of these guys that just calls you up and like, yeah, just stick with it, man. Ride it out. This is why we have diversification. Oh my God, no. What wealth managers did to their clients during the Great Depression recession of 2008, that was negligence. But when there's no fundamental reason, then you have to be strong, right? Oh yeah. No. Yeah. USD yen is absolutely a great one, Andrew. So, anyways, stock market now, if you're looking at the Dow, has hit like an all-time high. Didn't it hit 19,000? Like I said, I don't watch TV or read newspapers, so it's funny when I was talking to people just yesterday in another country, on the other side of the world, and they're updating me on what Trump said. Well, Trump said this and Trump said that. I'm like, really? What are you gonna do? I don't know these things. I just have me and my pips, right? Should I get a newspaper subscription just to update myself on what they think Trump said? So anyways, yeah, USDN is great, man. But the thing is, we've blown through the monthlies now, right? We touched monthly M1 and we're through monthly R2. You don't usually have months like that. So the technical analysis gets a little tricky. Okay, failure here at the open bothers me a little bit, but so you might as well just grin and bear it maybe. So what do? Jam your stop into here again and just prepare to get break even. And the funny thing is when I do this, okay, when I do this, I'm like, oh man, it's not working my way. I move my stop to break even. It comes up, knocks me out break even, and then drops 100 pips. If I don't, and I leave it here, I'm only risking 10 pips, but it's going to come all the way up, touch the daily central, take me out for a 10 pip loss. So it's like I'm damned if I do, and if I'm damned if I won't. But you might as well, you can't be too damned if you break even, right? But it's your judgment call. A scalp is a scalp. So for me, it's supposed to drop, and that's that. If it don't drop, then I prepare for a different type of trade, right? Scalp is a scalp. Scalp is a scalp is a scalp. You don't want to mix it in and say, well, I'm in it now, so I want to risk, for it to do 100 pips, 200 pips. I'm going to swing. Your trade plan in the beginning should be a swing already. But if this is a new scalp, then a new scalp is a new scalp, which means you're not in it very long. Okay? Ultimately, I find I do best when I don't touch anything. I leave the 25, I leave the 50, and I just move on to another trade. And when things don't work out, this just moves sideways in that 75 pip range. It just moves sideways for a day or two. Sort of like that Aussie dollar. Right? So, yeah, beautiful setup on the beast. So, oh, gee whiz, look at the time. Should we just watch this make money and then call it a day? Did anybody learn something new about how we handled that trade? Artem did? Cool. Andrew C. Yep. Yeah. Grant was it? Cool. These are not 100 pip candles, Joseph. Nice try, though. I like the way you webinar. Cool. So I would definitely jam my stop by now. And I'm like, all right, I'm either going to get paid or I'm not going to get paid. Just that's it. But if it makes a lower low, we're going down to 0-0, right? I'm going down in the burning ring of fire. Go down, 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 and the flames get higher. And it burns, burns, burns. The one thing we don't have on here, insert indicators, custom history, inputs, false, 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 true. Okay. This says about 1720, and then it wimps out. So you got to make a judgment call, son. Right. So you might just want to go for the 1618. Take the easy money because these extra 15 pips, that's hard work. That's risk. Oh, on the peso. Yeah, well, but and I don't have it on here, do I? Yeah, but it's fool's gold because you make 1,000 pips, but it pays the same as the Euro USD pays with 100 pips. So like, it's I guess it's fun to say you made 1,000 pips, but it's not 1,000 pips. It's just one fraction off, right? So, right. So it's not 1,000 pips. So yeah. So Joseph. So if you're saying the average is 570 pips in an average daily range, that's actually bad. It's worse than the Euro USD. Because that means compared to the Euro USD, if you catch the whole day's average daily range, you'll only make 570 US dollars. Where if I caught the whole Euro dollar daily range, I'd make $940. You made more pips, I made more money. Who's happier? Yeah, right? Right, Daniel? Oh, wait, I forgot. I should have practiced my American accent. I know, right? Huh. Yeah. So it's yeah. So that well, it goes back to a different conversation, Joseph, where um, before the whole Trump thing. I mean, even 2 years ago, I was helping people understand how to trade exotic currencies like Mexican peso, and people would commonly say, "Oh, I could never trade Mexican peso. It's got a spread of like 47 pips." Uh-huh. Or 37 or whatever it was, right? 30, so 27 pips. I'm like, well, but if you look at it dollar wise, that's the same as 3 pips on the Euro USD. I mean, it's like totally within your budget, right? It's something you could totally consider, especially if you actually know how to trade it, which was the second part of me teaching it, right? Well, if you know how to trade it and it's totally within your budget, you should totally consider it. See, I'm really doing well in my American accent. I got 3 totalies. So, but yeah, the 1,000 pip thing, it is funny. There was a time where I traded. It was Thai baht yen, I think. I think it was Thai baht yen. Like totally, and it's not totally, right? It's totally because saying both T's is too hard. We need to stay relaxed in America. Totally. Um, so yeah, I think it was Thai baht yen where I made like 10,000 pips in a day and spent all the money on a bottle of beer. Yeah, no. The Chinese yuan, again, these things are working. I want you to think of all of this stuff. They're working for fundamental reasons, okay? And often the central bank will tell you what they're going to do. Or in the case of like Chinese yuan, you know exactly what they're going to do. You know the whole point, right? They want to weaken their currency. I mean, it's so straightforward and silly, right? So you know it's just going to keep going up. Well, up meaning USD Chinese yuan, right? Now, yes, you may say, well, Wayne, we're coming up to weekly and monthly pivot clusters on the Chinese yuan. Yeah, okay, great. But you can still trade it smartly, right? See, a lot of people ask me like, Wayne, why do you have 18 screens? You must have a small penis, right? Why do you have so many screens? Who are you trying to impress? I'm like, no, well, I can just look over there and tell you we're at weekly and monthly pivot points on the Chinese yuan. I can see it right there. Look at this pullback in copper. You going to dump that? We got a weekly central on copper coming up right around 1.61. That's why, right? Because you look at it, and I look up there. Oh, look, you missed that sell over there on the Euro USD on the 4-hour. There's a 21. That's why you have so many screens, right? Because you're just like, oh, look at that, boom, 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 setups. Okay, cool, huh? All right, so now we've gone way too long. So peace on earth, may the pips be with you, may your profits be above average, and I'll see you tomorrow. Cool. Thank you for being on my team. Thank you for posting your trade plans on Forex.Today. There's some awesome stuff up there. Right? Imagine one day you want to be like a bank analyst and you can say, oh, well, I posted over 1,000 trade plans on Forex.Today and I have a following of X number of followers that read my stuff every day. They're like, wow, that's so professional of you. I know, I rock. And that's it. So I'll see you tomorrow. Good luck on the scalp. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average.